Welcome to Mental Health and Motivational Mondays. This is your small dose motivator, Tam Talk, here to bring you a small dose of motivation to get your week started. Per usual, I have a quote for the week that we need to think upon, and that quote is, "Never be limited by other people's limited imagination." And I'll repeat that. Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. Why is that, Tam? Here's why. I'm going to share my little story as I usually do. So, of course, the Beyonce concert, everyone's, showing off what they're going to wear to the concert. They're going to be their Beyonce best, right? So I had this vision in mind. I was going to pull out the cowboy boots, cowgirl boots, had the whole vision in mind. So I shared it with a friend. My friend did not get that vision, right? It was popping in my mind, but it was like it's too hot for cowboy boots in her mind. So I was like, needless to say, okay, she didn't get the vision. So of course I scrapped that idea, right? Didn't go to the concert. But I say all that to say, which is a really good example of somehow we have these great ideas. God may give us a vision of a career goal or health goal, relationship goal, and it sets your soul on fire. But because we often share it with those who are closest to us, and because their imagination is limited, we tend to brush it off, thinking, okay, this is insane, this is me having a moment of insanity. But really, that could be your calling, right? Your calling, it could be, again, that thing that sets your soul on fire. That person could be your soulmate. That career could be the thing that's, build generational wealth for you and your family. I don't know. But again, because more times than not, we share with those who are closest to us, and because their imagination is limited, like they can't see the vision, as in my friend could not see my outfit vision, right? We tend to brush it off and let it go, thinking, okay, it's not a big deal. And so I'm here to tell you to stop that. To stop that. Again, some of the best ideas, some of the insane ideas, some of the craziest ideas or visions are the most successful. And trust me, I'm sure those people shared those visions and ideas and imaginations with others, and it was shut down. But again, you have to have that passion, that purpose, that go-getter attitude, that ambition to keep pursuing whatever that is. It's not always about entrepreneurship. It's not always about becoming like the next billionaire. It's not always about, I'm gonna say, it's not always about money, right? But it may be that thing that sets your soul on fire, that thing that just, oh, you do it for free. It just brings joy to your life. And sometimes, again, it may not resonate with other people. And it seems so far-fetched, right? And that's where it's like, it's good to have a really good imagination, right? And sometimes that thing is far-fetched. And again, you get with someone and because their vision is limited or their imagination is limited, we tend to brush it off. And I'm here to tell you to stop doing that, because the vision wasn't given to everyone. The vision was simply given to you. It was simply given to you, right? So you run with it. You run with it. Yes, you're going to have some naysayers. You're going to have some observers. You're going to have some haters. But if it was given to you by God, run with it. Run with it. What's that? It was a saying, I think Cat Williams said, like, I don't know how this is going to get done, but we're going to do our part to get it done. And that's the mentality that you have to have when you're pursuing a goal. You have to do it with or without I would say, the support, with or without the naysayers or the haters. Trust me, people are watching you, especially if you profess that particular goal or vision that you have had publicly. People are watching to see how it's going to turn out. Some are watching to get inspired. Others are watching it to watch to see if you're actually going to fail. And you prove them. Of course, we're going to prove them wrong, because we're going to keep pursuing it, right? Right. So again, never be limited by other people's limited imaginations, because sometimes people will have us stuck in the same routine, like how they met us, and that's all they know. I mean, I would even say that I do that. A good thing would be like with social media, especially if I'm connecting with peers and I would say peers and friends, classmates that I knew back in high school, I don't, and especially if I haven't communicated with them outside of that time frame. When I connect with them, I'm thinking of them still in that time frame, knowing that they evolved because I've evolved, knowing that they're older because I'm older, but my mindset is still recollecting, excuse me, or recalling the time when I knew them in school, right? And so my imagination with them is limited because I'm only subjected or recalling that particular time frame, not seeing their worth, not seeing their growth, not seeing their evolution. And I'm sure it's probably the same with me. And so, again, that's why I tell you, you can't go on that. You can't base your decisions, you can't base your life journey, you can't base your goals on someone else's limited imagination. Again, if it was a calling that was pressed upon you or vision that was pressed upon you, who are you to not pursue it, right? Because here's the thing, it's going to get pursued one way or the other, whether it be through you or through someone else. But if it's through you, why not go for it? Go for it, right? Right. And yes, it's going to sound insane, like crazy insane. It's going to be like, I can't see you doing that. I can't see you pursuing that. But do it anyway. Just do it, right? Again, just do it. As Nike would say, just do it. I mean, can you imagine like Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, all these successful individuals had these ideas, and yes, they had some ideas before that the blow up ideas that they have, but they kept going. You know, they took the L's, they took the sacrifices, they did the hard work, and they stayed true to their calling, to their vision, to their passion, and their purpose. And here they are reaping the benefits of it. Again, so you have to develop a resolve of, again, quieting your naysayers, quieting those who have limited imaginations. And trust me, it's not all of them. Um, when I say quieting them, a lot of people, they're not doing it out of hate. They're doing it again because their imagination is limited, because again, they weren't the ones who received that vision. You received that vision. So a lot of times they may be doing it out of love, or they can't see it, or they could be doing it from their perspective, like we call it today projecting. They're projecting their perspective onto our lives, not really knowing what God has in store for us, right? So sometimes that's why, you hear people say it's good to kind of keep it to yourself. I'm seeing that now because I was one to, like, I have to tell the world, right? But now as I'm further along in my entrepreneurship journey, I realize that, yeah, sometimes it's best to kind of sit on it and understand that, again, everyone's vision is not like my vision, right? Or their imagination is not like my imagination. So again, I'm going to leave you with the quote again, which is to never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. So that's all that I have for this week. And as always, remember to not worry, but to remain hopeful, happy, and blessed. Until next time, toodles.